Well, now we got... Okay. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell about it.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Okay, so now we can actually expose her. So, we can assume that she lied about being in the B lot. Because we've seen her in the A lot the whole time, right? Now, if she was in the A lot, where exactly would Angel Star be is the question. The only thing I could think of is either the security room or down here. Because she said, like, she's literally 30 feet, right? And from here in the B lot, you could not tell that there would be a phone behind the partition. Honestly, the only thing I could think of is the security room. I only have 2 lives left, so that's like literally the only thing I could think of. If I'm wrong about this, I'm wrong about this. So... okay. Because she said earlier that day she was making deliveries, and she's made a delivery to someone in the security room.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room.
Indeed, the security room is the underground parking lot. Is well positioned. Because that makes sense, yeah, she said she was making deliveries, and she said one of her so-called boyfriends, quote-unquote boyfriends, is in the security room, right? So, it would make sense, and plus, since she has access to the cameras in the security room, it would make sense for her to know what the heck is going on in the parking lot. That's like my only logical explanation. Or like the only logical explanation, to be honest. That's honestly all I could think about. Like, for real, for real. It's built on the 2nd floor, so you can see the entire lot. That's true. The security room is on the 2nd floor. So she could see what's going on.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. And remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your so-called boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Something sexist going on here?
Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
Guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from the B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? It should be the angle of view, because you know that crime scene photo, that photo here? Let's take a look at the court record for a second here. So you know this crime photo here? Who the heck took it? If she saw the crime from the security room, then how could this photo happen? It had to be the angle. Like, it should be understandable that there should be no difference between her and the suspect. It has to be the angle. Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change?
The angle? What do you mean?
Well, the security guard station's on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime.
And this is important why?
Damn it. Is it the distance? I couldn't say there's a difference in the lighting. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Well, witness,
You
Yes?
ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches have gone from low to an edible. That's not squid. That's clearly noodles.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the Glasswald station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking lot in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, he had to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta to nuts, rookie.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough of Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
Oh, come on. It's the one she tried to foist off me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I'd hate to lose my life here, so I gotta get this correct.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, it's the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Okay.
There was blood found in that shoe.
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Oh my god.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
I needed to sneeze because I'm allergic to her BS. And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know that the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department. As of today, even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen this time.
You can at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another court count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Ah, there's blood here too!
On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. So we can confirm that there's two types of blood here. There's nothing to check on the inside of the shoe. There's no examine button or anything, unfortunately. Yeah, there's literally nothing to look at. I'm literally on 1 life left.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, don't you have a problem with the shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes? You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut right now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Shoe was the problem with this evidence.
I'm guessing I could say, why is there blood on the sole of the shoe? Like, that's the only other thing I could say. It's understandable that there's blood on the top of the shoe, but why is there blood on the bottom? Isn't that right? Otherwise, if I make a mistake here, we'd have to start back from God knows where. So this has to count. Oh my god. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? The photo. Because if you take a look at over here, there's no pool of blood. The problem lies in the footprint.
Footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Aha!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe.
Objection!
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, 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 well, witness.
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh,
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
Hold it.
I see. Now I understand. Yet what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. And we were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over
An oil drum. Oil drum. Damn it. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness well. Was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
God damn it. Water? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha, you don't mean.
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Warg! God damn it. I knew that would bite me in the back.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victor's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Hey, this ain't a Telltale game. That game series is more engaging in visual novel storytelling.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got in the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Her sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor?
Very well.
Angel Star's on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky.
Hold it, little girl. What did you just say? Huh, me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox called evidence.
What? Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Wait,
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
it's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wait or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Huh? Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up, not until they bid her in. Of course there's something wrong with that picture. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore?
No.
Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose as we've come this far, we should get every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
What's going on over here?
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. My car.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
Oh, I see. I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
The only thing I can think of is this note. No! I'd save just before you blow it. This is not the HD version, Kaiser dude. this is not the HD version. If this is the HD version, we can save wherever, whenever. But because this is not the HD version, we'd have to start over from a lot of different testimonies. If I was playing the HD version, I could save wherever, whenever. But keep in mind, we're playing a DS port to the 3DS. This is not the HD version. The Nintendo Switch, on the other hand, has the HD version. So on the Nintendo Switch, you could save wherever, whenever. This feature was not introduced to this port. The phone call. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. When you arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused. Oh. Oh.
Muffler!
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Pepega.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we will do disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? Oh my god, thank goodness. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Oh yeah, I can actually... I forgot I can save my game. I literally forgot the fine print. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I said. I just had a brain fart. Anyways. What is it, Emma?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? No matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trail around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny, insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hold on, partner.
Oh,
They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Officer Marshall!
I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home range locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? Well, the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worried about that chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scars. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edward's seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner,
Sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will go. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. February 23rd, 1232, District Court Room number 9.
I'd like to resume.
And I'd like to save. Ah, okay, so it exits the game. Interesting. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
There's something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. Mom's spaghetti. That furrowed brow, those grimy teeth, those watery eyes.
I feel bad for Edgeworth, right? I feel bad for him, like, what the heck? Feels majorly bad.
What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable.
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me, knock knock.
Who's there?
Ah, this gentleman. What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling this courtroom. What kind of voice do I give this dude?
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Who on earth is he? Probably like Red White's voice?
Oh, it's you. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. It's typical Los Angeles traffic. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Aha, so you're right, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about a little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Ho ho. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Oh, well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out. I'm bringing this.
Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just saying things. When the crimes occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, that is.
Damn, he's tall.
Objection!
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
No, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait.
Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of the investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award.
I think that's a grammar error. I think it should be you are. That's a weird grammatical error, grammatically errored mistake.
I know how you feel.
I don't know. Because I don't hear head in the clouds using that kind of phrase before. It's not something that people would say. Not something a teacher would say. Not something a teacher would say, not something the principal would say, not something anybody I know at work would say, not something even a Karen would say. Like...
But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
I know what head in the clouds is, I just never, like, seen it used that way by anybody in the 2000s. Or if I did, I would not remember it because it's not something I remember as a kid. Nobody I run into in the real world ever says that. Nobody in school, nobody at work, not even a single Karen has said that. Not even anybody on the internet would say so.
This is the first time you see Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Look, the court accepts this new evidence. I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
Blade, Your Honor. I don't see why not.
Would you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all I have to do is push that switch in.
I'd cut my finger, Mr. Wright. I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it. Shing! What? Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Oh, sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one, really.
I honestly sound like I'm talking like Draft from Genshin Impact, and that dude is voiced by Corey Yee. And funny enough, I can actually hear Corey Yee voicing as this dude.
This knife is special. I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. It was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective.
That's hush-hush information, G. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order, order, order.
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well, however. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Okay, my lives are restored, thank God. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What? I don't remember where.
I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag.
Maybe I should check the court record again. This knife was found on the scene of her crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Raito.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So how are things down at the department? Alright, so it's this statement, and obviously, when he said, unless there's evidence to provide a connection between the knife and Goodman, and then... How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Raito, you understand?
I to understand, Raito.
Well, if you could prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. What was it doing there? Victim's memo found in the car trunk.
Objection!
Wait a second, Chotamate.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Aha! An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important, why?
Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s? December 2nd?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. Well, turn it around and what do you get? Aha!
Oh, ha, ha.
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
So 9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order, well, Chief.
Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Raito.
I win? What game is this guy playing? So this knife was stolen?
Yeah, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Two detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. It's not linked to this here case, so I can't talk about. What? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested. That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Raito.
I suppose I could help, if you could help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
The only detail I think was like where the victim was found, I think. Because we know how the victim was killed was a single stab wound. Wait a minute. When the victim died. No, he already could say. Scary coincidence. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room
At the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second! I've heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department.
It's evidence. Oh! I was right. My gut was right. There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? Happy we just got our ticket handed to go down to town in this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, right, Mr. Wright?
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet. And all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What, really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, the case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well. Guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. Maybe. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Oh, sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189.
Well, that's quite long.
That's what she said.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
82. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you?
It matches the same ID on this ID card we found in the prosecutor's parking lot. Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with A2. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of the police gave us was 584-2189.
Objection!
Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time.
Objection!
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location?
Order, 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 Chief. What does this mean?
Objection!
No. What I want to know is, why did I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or did you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How dare you?
We informed you yesterday, but I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Bruh.
Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before?
Wait,
Aha!
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Why did your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer is capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of your duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. And I...
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
Boy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright,
Huh? Oh, well, it's rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Raito over there. Good job, Raito, my boy.
Did he mean to say,
Boy.
I was just doing my job? No. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. With all these rumors. You were even the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Please, just give me one more day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies. Sir,
poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned.
Very well, court is adjourned. Bam, 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 bam. Oh my lordy Jesus! So we still have to do another investigation? How much more investigations do we still have to do? So, oh god. So this is February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. I guess we should get this out of the way, why don't we? Right in company law offices.
No. Right-o-san. So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
All right, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
Well, that was fast. February 23rd, prosecutor's office underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in our evidence room, no biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing, I know it.
The oil drum kicked over was brimming with water.
Sister erasing evidence at the crime scene, never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is lumino testing fluid.
Lumino? Oh, it's that thing.
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
You had an extra pair of those things? Oh god, my eyes. It's like the Virtual Boy all over again.
To test for a blood reaction, just spray the lumino on it. Like this, see?
Touch the screen to spray it on. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a bloodstain?
It's,
Emma, you're shaking.
it's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course?
What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little bit more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans we find the bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Lumino testing fluid received from one proud-looking Emma Sky.
can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty, like... Oh my god, are we still buffering? I just decided to stop speaking in case, like, the buffering is still happening. I mean, it seems like we're getting nothing but buffering. Ooh, it's the sashimi box too. Oh my god, sashimi. Oh, so good. I'm assuming the buffering has ceased a little bit. Seems fine now? Yeah, this might be a good time to, like, get myself saved during the investigation at a good spot. Now that we know, now that we got the luminol testing fluid, and actually use it.
This day old deli box is on the house.
It's a sashimi box for crying out loud, and I would love to have that. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead, it doesn't really get my mouth watering. Oh, okay. How many locations do we have to go to now? Well, let's see. We have Angel here. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier today than it was yesterday.
Detectives are running around so fast they're blurry.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
We haven't been here before, so... Oh, I can only assume who owns this room. February 23rd, evidence room entrance guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way. Oh.
What's wrong?
It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing, it's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is if this is a guard station, then where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
February 23rd, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time at the prosecutor's lot.
Ugh, it makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first, I'm the realist. I mean, let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yeah, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Well, that's good to know this place is useless.
Useless.
I guess Lana's... Is Lana's available to talk? Detention Center, February 23rd, Visitors Room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning.
I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two faces at the same time? Can you imagine?
How is she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder?
Let's come back later.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you here, good sir? February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
Well, this place is as classy as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing some important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. My brain juice is almost run out of the night. So obviously maybe if we interact with stuff in the guard station. Maybe if we interact with stuff in the guard station, we can actually, trigger something. This obviously is Marshall's room. The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there.
Encased in a cold, rigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction.
Just like her.
I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude than a physical similarity.
Okay, that didn't do a single thing. I can imagine this investigation going to be a doozy one. So let me think. Okay. Yeah, this case is a long one. We're down to the last part of February 23rd, and then there's 2 more days. There's definitely a bunch of trials that's gonna be, like, thrown in there. So there might be a case where I might have to put an extra day in. Yep, this is amazingly ridiculous. What a case this is. Oh, I forgot, I haven't logged off of Genshin yet. Surprise, surprise. Well, mainly Kirby has rated. Cedobox dropped me the bits, and we got a couple of follows today. I think I'll just skip out on Stardew tomorrow and actually get onto the... Well, I guess we could hop back onto Genshin and do a little bit of dailies, and then just grind out as much of this, of Rise from the Ashes as possible. And if we don't finish it tomorrow night, we'll go ahead and take one extra day to finish it. And then for the next Phoenix Wright Friday, we should be good to go with Justice for All. Yeah, Justice for All, Case 1. So, I think that's how we're gonna pace it for now. Which should be okay, I would hope. Considering how long Rise from the Ashes is, I hope that we don't get, like... I can expect the cases to get longer and longer for Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations. Because I'm kind of expecting that at this point. And I'm aware we're going to get, like, a new mechanic or two as well, so... That's going to be fun, that's going to be fun. Let me see, who do I have right now? People are streaming tonight. There's a lot of people online tonight. But yeah, I think we'll continue, like, we'll do more of this tomorrow. And try as much as we can. If we can get to the ending, we can get to the ending. If not, I'll take one extra day during the week to actually do so. Hopefully. Alright, so who do I have tonight that I can be able to raid? I saw Hotbox streaming earlier. Yeah, thanks to everybody who could stop on by for tonight. I would have liked to go on longer, but I'm at a point where I'm legit out of brain juice, and I really should be, I definitely should be energized for tomorrow and for this week coming up, especially since January is now coming to an end really fast already, and there's plenty on my plate that I do want to make sure to take care of. Let me see who I want to raid tonight. I feel like I want to raid... Maybe let's raid somebody who I haven't been able to, interact with in a long time. Let's see here. I have Matt Big Fat playing Xenogears. That's another pretty... Oh, it's a mecha fighting game. It's a mecha fighting game. Oh, he just hit 1,000 followers, Pogs. Damn, this dude. Okay. I was about to rate somebody else, but he went to AFK. I think we could go ahead and rate Matt Big Fat. Yeah, I haven't rated him in a hot minute, so let's go ahead and drop Matt Big Fat a raid. He's playing some Xenogears right now, not Xenoblade. I know you guys who are into RPGs know about your Xenoblade. And I'm all for, like, mech combat, and this kind of reminds me of, like, my old days of playing MechQuest. This definitely looks pretty retro. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop over a raid to Matt Big Fat and surprise him. Or do I want to rate somebody else? Matt looks like he's doing good right now. I've already rated Curry before. I already rated Rio before. I'm not doing Stardew tomorrow, so I don't want to rate somebody playing Stardew. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and rate Matt. He's a welcome homie, and he also is from New York like me. He's a pretty chill variety streamer. So, let's go ahead and do so. And for anybody who doesn't remember, y'all know where you can hit me up. I don't have anybody playing Xenoblade Chronicles at the moment. I mean, I only have like one person playing The Legend of What is it? The Legend of Heroes? Trials of Cold Steel? I mean, we could raid that person. Oh no, Matt is playing it is an RPG looking thing. I thought it was just a mech combat thing, but the mech combat is only part of it. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and raid Matt. It may be a small raid, but any kind of raid is supported. But if I don't see you guys tomorrow for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney as we push forward to the end of the first game, and hopefully I see you all again for Genshin Impact 1.3's official launch. Mario Monday for as we near the finale of Mario Luigi Dream Team, and wow, I'm about to finish a Mario Luigi game on Twitch for once in my life, and the next Phoenix Wright Friday for the second Phoenix Wright game, as we continue with more Phoenix Wright games this year. Catch y'all then. Maybe I'll see you around in Genshin Impact if I feel like doing co-op. And if anybody's heading out after the raid, and I hope y'all have a good evening, morning, or afternoon. Stay toasty, stay warm, stay chill. Always wash your hands, wear your masks. Take care of yourselves, stay clean, stay hydrated, stay healthy, pray for each other, and all that good stuff. Take care of one another, and hopefully we all have good luck in the next Genshin polls, or the next video games that we're going to be tackling next. Or the next endeavor in life, regardless.